I'm Elena Ramirez. I'm 32. I live in Seattle. And I'm a software engineer at Pacific Tech Solutions. I've always been the steady one, the fixer who codes through crises, the listener who absorbs everyone else's storms without making waves. But silence has its limits. And mine shattered the day my family tried to strip me of what was rightfully mine. When my aunt summoned me to that so-called family summit after I balked at handing over my grandfather's legacy, I walked in expecting their usual guilt games. What they didn't know was I'd armed myself with bank statements, emails, and the kind of quiet fury that had been simmering for decades. Growing up as the middle child in the Ramirez clan meant I mastered the art of fading into the background. My older brother Diego, 39 and forever the prodigal son, could crash and burn a dozen times. But our Aunt Rosa, our guardian after our parents' accident, would always bail him out, calling it love. My younger sister Mia, 25, had perfected playing the victim, especially after hooking up with her boyfriend Alex, whose sarcasm masked a deeper laziness that everyone ignored but me. And Rosa? At 58. She ruled our fractured family like a queen bee, her size heavier than any command, turning every gathering into a referendum on who deserved what. Family sticks together, she'd preach. But what she really meant was Diego gets the lifelines, Mia the excuses, and Elena? Elena's the backup plan, the one who picks up the tab without complaint. I'd carved out my own world in tech, where logic reigned and effort equaled results. My bosses praised my problem-solving. My team relied on my steady hand during late-night deployments. But back home, I was still the overlooked kid, expected to nod along while my boundaries dissolved like code in a bad merge. The first crack appeared in 2018. Diego hit me up via text, frantic about a medical emergency for his dog $3, $500 or it'd be euthanized. I wired it that night, picturing the poor animal suffering. A month later, his Instagram lit up with pics of a Vegas weekend getaway. When I gently asked about payback, Rosa called, her voice dripping disappointment. Why so stingy? Elena? He's your blood. What do you need it for another gadget? You're doing fine without kids dragging you down. I swallowed it, telling myself harmony was priceless. But that price kept climbing. Then 2020 hit like a glitch in the Matrix. While auditing my finances during lockdown, I spotted unauthorized charges on my credit card, $5, $200 siphoned to Mia's account for rent help. Confronting her, she crumbled into sobs. Rosa said you'd understand. That we could use your card details since you're so responsible. We forged the approval. It was just temporary. Temporary turned permanent when Mia ghosted the repayments, tanking my score. I covered it to salvage my credit, while Rosa dismissed it over Zoom family calls. You're stable. Mia and Alex are still building their life. They'd been building for years. Yet I was the one rebuilding my finances brick by brick. I kept showing up virtual holidays, care packages, pretending the betrayal didn't sting like debug errors piling up. The real virus struck in 2021. Sorting through old family boxes, I unearthed statements from my education savings account, the one Rosa had hyped as my ticket out. Drained in 2012 to cover Diego's gambling debts after a bad streak at the casino. He was in a dark place, Rosa explained casually when I called her out. Like it was no big deal. You got grants anyway, look how far you've come. I'd come far on ramen noodles, 70-hour weeks, and student loans that haunted me for a decade. I went radio silent for 3 months. But they bombarded me with pleas. Rosa's not herself, Diego texted, conveniently omitting his role. She's trying, Mia whispered, her eyes always sliding away from the truth. I caved for Christmas 2022. Logging into the family video call. Big error. Rosa positioned my avatar in the corner, joking loudly to cousins that single Elena can handle the tech glitches. She's got no distractions. My relatives pitied me. My nieces asked if I was in timeout. It was punishment for thriving solo, for not orbiting their chaos. I logged off early, claiming a work bug, and wept in my apartment, vowing no more. But vows need action, and mine crystallized when Grandpa passed. Papa Luis Ramirez, my father's dad, had always been the outlier, reserved, wise, building his empire from a single Seattle warehouse in the 80s into a network of storage units and small commercial spaces. He rarely visited due to tensions with Rosa. But when he did, we'd bond over algorithms and assets. Track the flow. Elena, he'd say. Actions reveal truths words hide. I never dreamed I'd be his anchor. The will reading on June 10th, 2023. Flip the script. I inherited $92,000 cash and 55% ownership in his property holdings. Rosa got sentimental items. Diego and Mia split $15,000 each. A private note from Papa sealed it. You observe. You build. The others consume. Protect this. Elena, don't let them erode it. Rosa ambushed me in the lobby post-reading. Claws on my sleeve. We should pull this for the family fund. Diego's facing eviction. This fixes it all. I stepped back. I need space. Her face twisted. Don't play lone wolf. This is us. The harassment escalated. Diego's sob stories about his kids' school fees, ignoring my prior contributions. Mia's tearful voicemails about Rosa's heartache, Alex's snide emails about real family values. Rosa mixed pleas with Barb's about cutting me out. For once, I ghosted them all, silence as shield. Then the summit invite, a upscale steakhouse in Bellevue. Business casual. Including spouses. My cousin Marco, Rosa's nephew. Usually neutral. And random family friends. Trap obvious. I showed anyway. In a sharp gray pantsuit. Papa's old watch on my wrist. They occupied a private booth. Rosa presiding. Diego and his partner Sophia flanking her. Mia and Alex opposite. Marco fidgeted with his wine. Sophia's folks were there oddly. Plus Rosa's neighbor Carla, no place in money talks. My seat? Isolated at the end. About time, Rosa sniffed. Though I was punctual. Let's get to it. A tablet projected slides, sharing the wealth fairly. My gut nodded as Diego narrated, his rent arrears. Mia's credit card debt. Rosa's future medical needs. She was fit as ever. A slide with my niece's photos screamed. For them. Group decisions best, Rosa cooed post-show. Eyes steel. You're complicating things, Mia added. Avoiding my stare. Alex leaned in. Money's replaceable. Blood isn't. My pulse thundered as they carved up my future like code to refactor. Marco coughed. This feels off. Luis chose Elena. Mind your business, Rosa barked. You barely knew him. Lie. Marco had lunched with Papa recently. Another Rosa rewrite. Papers ready, Diego pushed. Sliding forms for a family trust under Rosa's control. Everyone wins except me. Reduced to martyr. I rose. Elena, Rosa warned. No scenes. I scanned their faces, Rosa's rage. Diego's greed. Mia's evasion. Alex's smirk. Sophia's unease. Temptation flickered sign and belong. But no. No, I stated. What? Diego balked. No transfers. I exited amid their shouts. Collapsing in my car. Tears raging. Then clarity, no more. That evening, I pored over Papa's files. Not just cash, controlling stake in 6 commercial properties, netting $52,000 yearly. Managed discreetly. Rosa had omitted them in her grabs. My tech side gig, app development for real estate startups, gave me insight. This was independence. Family wanted it for Diego's bailout? No. Next day. I consulted Alvarez Law. Estate pros. Shield my assets, I told them. From kin. Attorney Carla Alvarez. Sharp in her 50s. Nodded. Classic. The reliable become targets. We built an ironclad trust. Rerouted management. New contacts. I vacationed briefly. Ignoring the message barrage on my old line, Rosa's guilt bombs, Papa'd be ashamed. Diego's threats, kids suffer because of you. Mia's pleas, why so cold? I archived it all, evidence. Marco texted once, you're right. They've overstepped. Coffee with him revealed more, Rosa spreading instability rumors. Prepping a competency challenge. Witnesses at the summit? Her setup. Fury fueled me. The Ramirez Labor Day picnic at Diego's Tacoma yard was ritual, crowds. Chaos. I arrived late. In executive attire. New bob haircut signaling shift. Whispers as I entered, Elena. Rosa faked warmth. Thought you'd bail. Business first, I replied. Eyeing her flinch. I laid out trust copies publicly for Rosa. Diego. Mia. What's this? Rosa snapped. Papa's properties, the income stream you hid. Murmurs rose. Not here, she hissed. Why not? You love money talks. Diego scanned. Furious. Irrevocable? No loans to us. He read aloud. Clauses biting. Traitor, he yelled. After all we've given? Given? Like the $3,500 you blew on Vegas? Or draining my savings for your bets? Gasps. Rosa paled. Stop. Or forging my card. Mia? Mia wailed. Not like this. Where then? Your ambush. I read texts aloud. Exposing manipulation. A cousin filmed perfect record. Papa wanted protection, I said. From waste. Diego lunged verbally. You're out. From abuse? Gladly. I left. Marco praising. Luis cheer. Fallout. Rosa's trust challenge failed. Diego lost gigs after viral clip. Quiet sis drops bombs at picnic. Alex's job wobbled over fraud whispers. I cut contact with Rosa. Diego. Alex. Mia's half apologies unmet. Marco and I bonded. He linked me to investors. Sold a property. Funneled $145,000 into Ramirez Digital Ventures. My firm aiding women in tech finance. It wasn't vengeance, it was reclamation. Mistaking quiet for consent costs dearly. Now, I'm Elena Ramirez. I'm 32. I live in Seattle. Founder of Ramirez Digital Ventures. I was the fixer. Now I'm the force, boundaries firm. Truth sharp. Peace mine. And that's the upgrade.